Hello, and thank you for attending Cuca Lake Players' presentation of Liquid Death Upon My Lips, a virtual murder mystery written by myself, Melissa Neufer, and directed by me, and with directing help from my assistant director, Deannda Neufer. This is usually the part where the house lights would dim and you would hear a booming voice telling you about no use of cell phones and emergency exits and intermissions. Unfortunately, neither actor nor audience member are sitting in the place so many of us have used as an escape. Instead, we are in our homes watching from our TV or cell phone screens. And it is so hard to think that it's officially been over a year since theater was shut down. The people that many of us have called friends and family have been at a distance since, and we had no idea what was to fully come at the time. It's been extremely difficult and still continues to be, as everyone had to suddenly adjust to a new normal. What was supposed to last a month turned into a few months, to a year, to an undetermined time. Everyone has suffered in their own way, and theater, from high school to local to professional, has been one of the many things greatly affected. There have been many of us who thrived on being involved, whether we used it as an outlet or as a place to socialize or just using it as an excuse to have a fun night out with the family. Many of us have felt like a part of us have been missing and haven't fully been ourselves since. Whether it's been theater or something else that has been taken away from you during these trying times, know you are not alone. We will continue to fight, and we will get through this. Despite all the events going on in the world, theater groups, actors, and crew members have found ways to perform and entertain still, which is what we are going to continue to do tonight. It is not quite the same feeling as sitting in a theater and waiting for a story to come to life before your eyes, nor is it the same as letting your heart out on stage and then hugging your fellow cast and crew members on a job well done at the end of the night. Despite it not being the same, it is still a show. Despite everything that's going on, we still find a way. The show must go on. Now, I ask that if you can, turn off the lights in the room or dim them if you can, and make yourself comfortable in your seat. And imagine you're sitting in the house of the historic yet not well-known Oakbridge Theater. You have been invited to have a sneak peek of the upcoming murder mystery production being performed by the questionably good Oakbridge Players. In the end of all this, and even during the show, feel free to give us your feedback. I know the director would really appreciate any feedback to make her production watchable. Now please sit back, relax, and enjoy Cuca Lake Players' presentation of Liquid Death Upon My Lips. Thank you.
Where are my actors? Rehearsal started 5 minutes ago. You! Yes, you. Where is everyone?
Like I know. I just work here.
Oh, you barely work at all.
Yep.
Would you please...
Greetings and salutations, Director Darling.
Hello, Bradford. Where are the rest of the cast? You're all late.
Oh, my fellow cast members? They're on their way, Director Darling.
Well, glad you all could finally show up.
You can't rush talent, Director Darling.
Well, if you all didn't suck so much, I could probably let you off the hook here and there, but the way rehearsals have been going, we need all the time we can get.
Well, if you weren't so mean, we'd probably listen to you more.
Watch your mouth, Charlie. Just because you're my child doesn't mean you get to be rude.
What do you expect? This is what you get when you force a kid who doesn't want to be here to do theater.
All right. I am assuming we have all done our warm-ups and stretched if we are so late.
We did, Director Darling. I led them.
Yes, and very poorly, too. I could have done it better.
I'm sorry if it wasn't comfortable for you, Stella. Maybe you can lead us next time.
No, thank you, sweetheart. I need to save my energy for the stage.
All right, enough complaining, Stella. You don't like how she leads it. Do it on your own next time. Anyone else have any comments or concerns you'd like to share?
Me! I have a question for you, Director Darling.
Why did I even ask?
Okay, so my question is, am I covering for anyone today?
No, as you can see, everyone is here.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be over here waiting, just in case someone falls and breaks a leg. Not that I want that, but I'll be over here just in case.
All right, let's take it from the end of the first act, right before Madame Le Grand Cool is murdered.
So, Lilly, we're once again about to become theatrical lovers and show some amazing chemistry. Perhaps we can see if it's real at dinner tonight.
You're very sweet, Bradford, but I have plans tonight.
Oh, I'll get you one of these times.
Bradford.
Okay, you're all in the room talking amongst yourselves when the Madame drops dead to the floor. And go.
'Tis a grand evening! Everything is going splendidly. Wouldn't you say so, Monsieur?
Indeed, good sir. Splendid indeed.
Your wife seems to have taken a liking to the imported wines.
Indeed, she has. Where did you get that?
Well, we actually got it from... By God! She's dead!
Oh, no. My Petunia. Why? Why?
Charlie, cry.
Boo, boo, hoo.
Stop. Just stop. Charlie, you need to get more into character.
I don't even want to be here.
Back in my day, we didn't complain. We just respected our elders. Why, back in the golden age of theater, we were not allowed to get...
Well, nothing will ever be as good as the golden age of theater. We've heard that speech many times before.
Yes! Come on, man! It's 2021! Get with the times! Open your mind!
Why should I? I like what I like.
Then why bother doing this?
I do like those old shows very much, Phil. I can understand why you like them so much.
I enjoy you very much.
Of course you do. You just think everything is peachy keen, don't you?
Did I do something to offend?
You think you can just walk into your first audition and land the female lead just because you can sing and dance and act like it's no big deal?
Hey, Stella, enough.
She does not appreciate the true passion and work that goes into being an actor.
She got the lead and you didn't, Stella. You need to calm down or you're gonna pass out again.
Yes, Stella, we don't need another scare.
Yeah, you'll just hold us up if you do.
Is there anything you don't complain about, Phil?
Please, everyone, please stop. We shouldn't be fighting against one another. We should be working together.
I swear to cheesecake, one of these days you're all gonna drive me berserk and then goodness knows what I'll do. Let's take it from the top of that scene again.
Can someone refill my cup then?
Sawyer! Oh, I swear on his soul he better be working on tech things. Sawyer!
Yeah?
Could you please refill Stella's cup?
Well, it starts with you.
What happened to it, Sawyer?
I drank it.
There's still an open bottle from the last rehearsal. I think there's still some in it.
Ugh, that's been open since yesterday. Who knows what might have crawled into it?
Do you want your liquid in your cup or not? You don't have to have it, you know.
A good actress such as myself always connects with the character. How am I supposed to act like I've been poisoned if I don't feel liquid death upon my lips?
Then you gotta work with what you got. I know I have to.
Fine. The things I do for my art. Not that any of you would know what that's like.
Sawyer, please get Stella the open bottle of sparkling juice from last rehearsal.
Just let me finish my snack first.
Now!
And I expect you to be on lights this time, Sawyer. Pay attention.
Whatever.
All right, from the top of that scene, Lilly, you were perfect. The rest of you, you all sucked.
Thank you, Director Darling. That means a lot coming from you.
How about tomorrow night?
Bradford for the millionth time.
And from the top of that scene, go.
To the grand evening. Everything is going splendidly. Wouldn't you say so, Monsieur?
Indeed good, sir. Splendid indeed.
Your wife seems to have taken a liking to the imported wine, Monsieur.
Indeed she has. Wherever did you get it?
Well, we actually got it from By God, she's dead!
Oh no, my dear Petunia. Why? Why?
Wah.
Stop. Charlie, why is it so hard for you to act sad?
I am sad because I'm stuck here instead of doing things that are actually cool.
Use that sadness.
I wish this show were over with.
Take 5. I have to go talk to Sawyer about the lighting cue he missed again.
Should we run lines?
Well, I think it's the best use of our time. Phil, my good man, be a chap and tell Stella.
We stopped acting when the director said, stop, Bradford.
One should always stay in character, Phil. Life's a stage. Perhaps we can see if the stage is real tonight, Lilly.
Come on, you old bat. The kids decided we're going to run lines. Come on. I don't want to act with these kids any more than you do. Stella? Stella? She's passed out again.
We shall let the madame rest then. Come on, Phil. Let's carry her to the green room.
Where did everyone go?
Stella overworked herself again and passed out. So Phil and Bradford carried her to the green room to rest.
I swear I could kill that woman sometimes. Avery!
Yes, Director Darling?
Stella is passed out. You are going to have to fill in for now.
For the show?
For now. She only passed out. I'm sure she'll be fine by the time the show rolls around.
I won't let you down.
Just get into position.
Was the bride happy with her drink?
I don't know. She passed out.
Isn't that what she's supposed to do?
In the show, you dum-dum.
Shouldn't we check on Stella again?
The show must go on, Lilly. Let's go, people. Sawyer, why aren't you getting ready for your only light cue for this entire scene?
I was, but then I saw that no one cleaned up that broad spill. It's beautiful wood.
Then clean it up. I have a show to run.
I can't. My special cleaner's gone.
You mean the water?
It's not water. It is a cleaning solution that preserves this beautiful air without the harsh chemicals of modern times. Just because you can't smell it doesn't mean it's water.
Yeah, we know. When is the last time you had it?
Actually, I used it last night to clean up Stella's mess. I think it's on the prop table.
Thanks. Hold on. It's not there.
Okay, who had it since Avery used it last night? Put a towel on the spot for now. We need to keep going. Wow. Sawyer always argues back. Must be sick. All right. Avery has already walked through all of the other scenes at one rehearsal or another, except for this one. So let's walk through the death scene a few times so Avery will know what she's doing.
Not that Avery will need to know.
Well, you never know when I'll be needed.
You'll never be needed. You just have feel in order the actual actors doesn't feel like acting.
Hey, stop it. Avery is the understudy, and Avery is doing what understudies do, even if Avery will never ever perform in any of the actual shows. All right. Do we remember what we are doing in this scene?
I will be kissing Lilly.
Wrong scene, Bradford. Let's do this scene. And go.
'Tis a grand evening. Everything is going splendidly. Wouldn't you say so, Monsieur?
Indeed good, sir. Splendid indeed.
Your wife seems to have taken a liking to the imported wine, monsieur.
Oh, indeed she has. Where did you get it?
Well, we actually got it from a young lad. By God, she's dead!
Oh, no. No. Why? Why, my Petunia? Why?
Yes. Yes, Charlie, finally you're letting the character come over you.
Director darling, I don't think she's acting.
Of course she is. She has my blood in her. We just had to push that acting gene out a little bit.
I don't want to be here. I'm not acting. I just want to go home.
Charlie?
I quit.
Everyone, take 5. I'm gonna go check with Sawyer to see why he missed his light cue again.
What about Charlie?
Let her have a minute to steam off. I'll go look for her in a minute. Excuse me.
Boy, tonight has been terrible.
It has.
I still don't know the death scene yet.
You're a quick learner, Avery. Don't worry, you'll pick it up no problem.
Well, yeah, but
It's not like you be playing the role in this show, Avery. You're just the understudy.
Stella usually wakes up by now.
why would you say that?
Because she usually does. I should go check on her.
Has Charlie come back yet?
No, why? Do we need her for the scene?
Bradford, please call 911. And Lilly, help me find Charlie, please.
Why? What's going on?
Stella, she's dead.
What?
I'm sorry, Director Darling. What were you saying?
Sawyer is dead.
Hello. Do you mind if we ask you a few questions? We had our forensic specialist confirm both of the victims were poisoned.
That's terrible. That's not how I wanted to get a role.
Get a role?
Well, I'm the understudy to everyone's part. It's a small theater community, so not a lot of people come out for these things, and I really wanted to play a role. But the reason why is just terrible.
We see. How badly did you want the role?
Really bad. Why?
We just have to look into all options here. Was there anything suspicious going around here recently? Anyone acting weird?
No, not really. Unless you count a bottle of cleaning solution going missing, everything was completely normal.
A bottle of cleaning solution went missing.
Oh yeah. It was Sawyer's own invention. He made it especially to the place since it's old.
Tell us more about this cleaning solution. Do you have any idea what might have been in it?
No one knows. Sawyer was very secret about it. But I do know it didn't smell like anything. A lot of people around here think it was just water. But I know it wasn't. I used it just as much as Sawyer did. When I'm not covering up for someone, I tend to act as the cleanup crew, especially for Stella's death spills.
Death spills?
Yeah, Stella has this scene in the show where her character dies, and because she was such a method actress, she insisted on having juice in her cup. Well, sometimes she wouldn't drink all of it by the time she had to fall to the floor, and some would spill on the stage, so I would grab Sawyer's cleaning solution and clean up after her.
When was the last time you had to use the cleaning spray?
Last night after rehearsal.
What did you do after you were done cleaning up?
Well, I knew it was late and everyone was getting ready to head out, so I put the cleaning solution on the prop table next to the bottle of sparkling juice. I figured since it's tech week, might as well keep it there, right? I went down to the green room to grab my bag, came back to find Lilly and Sawyer next to the prop table, and walked out with Lilly.
Is there anyone that would want to hurt either of the victims?
Stella was not the nicest person to be around most times. She was especially mean to Lilly because Lilly got the part Stella wanted, but everyone here annoyed Stella in some way. As for Sawyer, I know the only person he really annoyed was Director Darling. But Director Darling gets annoyed with all of us too. Hey, I got a question.
Yes?
Are we still going to be doing the show?
I can't say much more at this point.
Oh.
You have been a great help so far. Thank you.
You're the director of the show?
Yes, I am.
Do you mind if we ask you a few questions?
Have you found Charlie yet?
My fellow officers are looking for her now. In the meantime, I need you to stay here. Do you know anyone who would have reason to harm the victims tonight?
Stella was a bit of a pain. The most prima donna of all divas. Oh, she's one of those people who thinks she's better than everyone else, you know? I mean, she's good. She wasn't the best, but try telling her that and she wouldn't let you hear the end of it. She was really harping on Lilly lately since I cast Lilly in the lead and not Stella. If it were anyone else, I would say that Lilly would want to do Stella harm, but Lily's an absolute sweetheart.
What was Stella doing before she died?
Oh, we were running through her death scene for the second time. She drank her sparkling juice and died right on cue. Unfortunately, this time she actually died. Stella has a recent history of getting so worked up that she passes out. She was pretty worked up before we ran through the scene a second time. She hides it well on stage, but that rage still boils behind the painted face. We just figured when her character died that she had passed out again.
Is the sparkling juice the drink she insisted on drinking in the cup?
Yes, she insisted on having actual juice in her cup. Method actors, you know.
Where was the sparkling juice located?
It's always on the prop table. We had a bottle for rehearsal last night and then a bottle for today. She ended up having to drink what was left over from last night because Sawyer, being the idiot he is, drank the rest of her bottle for tonight.
You don't seem to think highly of Sawyer.
He didn't do his job right. The only reason Sawyer was here is because he was the only one who could get the sound and light booth to work, because those are ancient. But I think that he knew that, and he used to like to get away with it without doing anything.
Did Sawyer's actions affect anyone else?
No, I suppose not. Why would you ask that? Where is my child?
We're just looking into all options here. And we're still looking for her. Was the bottle from last night open this entire time?
Yes. And the other bottle was open when Stella got here. I got an earful about it this morning.
Do you know who opened the bottle for today?
No. It's not my job to keep track of everyone's props. I just keep what's going on stage, moving along.
Where does everyone usually leave when it's time to go home?
Well, through the front doors in the lobby. I usually have to call for everyone and stay until they leave.
What did you do last night before you left?
You mean after we stopped rehearsing?
Yes.
Well, typically I just sit in the house while everyone packs up and go over notes, but last night was the start of Tech Week. So I was tired and I wanted everyone to go home. I made the call and headed toward the front doors to wait for everyone.
Where was everyone when you made the call?
Charlie was with me since rehearsal ended and waited by the doors with me. When I was leaving the house, Avery was cleaning up Stella's mess while Bradford and Phil were talking on stage. I don't know where everyone else was.
How long did it take for everyone to leave?
After about 5 minutes of waiting by the front doors, they all left within 30 seconds of each other. Phil and Stella showed up first and walked out together. Bradford was next. Avery and Lilly walked out together, and then Sawyer was the last to meet us at the door. Why?
We're just trying to figure out what happened to Stella and Sawyer. We will continue looking for Charlie, all right? For now, stay here.
Have you found out who murdered my Stella yet?
Why would you say she was murdered?
2 people dying in the same night. No one notices at first. You know, I might be older than most of you folks here, but that's not coincidence. I'm not stupid. Who killed them?
We're definitely looking into all options here. Do you mind if we ask you a few questions?
You're going to ask whether I want you to or not.
Do you know anyone who would want to do any of the victims harm?
Stella's made a few enemies her years in the theater. She's passionate about the stage and would go down fighting if you tried to take that away from her. If you're asking if there's anyone here who would want to kill Stella, no. No one here has the guts or the brains to even attempt it.
We have it on record that Stella wanted Lily's part.
When Stella wants something, she'd do anything to get it. She wanted to lead. Lilly snatched it up. The kid's got talent, but so didn't Stella. So Stella liked to remind Lilly of that.
What about Sawyer?
I could care less about that kid. He was just always annoying darling, and that comes with the director's job.
Could you tell us what you did after her rehearsal was over last night?
The understudy was cleaning up the mess that Stella made. Bradford and I were on stage. I was tuning him out, seeing if Darling had any notes. He was talking about a show that had a tan that weighed a ton or something like that. I don't know. If it isn't good old theater, I'm not interested. I don't want to hear about it. Darling made the call. I waited in the back of the theater for Stella, and then we both walked out together.
Since you were on the stage, did you notice anyone by the prop table off stage?
No.
You were the one who found her dead.
I didn't kill her, if that's what you mean.
Please, answer the question, sir.
Yes, when Stella had not woken up like she usually does, I went to check on her and noticed she wasn't breathing. I checked her pulse and
It seemed you and Stella were awfully close.
we just started dating. She was someone who really appreciated the things I did. She didn't deserve to die this way.
I'm very sorry for your loss. We'll find out what happened to her.
Charlie?
Yeah, so what? What are the police doing here?
I'm going to need you to come with me, okay? We've had an accident happen, and we need everyone to be together. What is that in your hand?
It's the stupid cleaning solution that went missing. Why someone put it out that way, I couldn't tell you.
I'm going to need that. Charlie, we are trying to figure out what might have happened here today. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure, whatever.
Your castmate Stella and your tech guy Sawyer have been harmed. Do you know anyone who might want to hurt either of them?
My mom wasn't too fond of Sawyer. The two argued all the time. There were times Mom said they were going to kill Sawyer someday, and everyone hated Stella. I mean, she was a Karen to everyone, especially Lilly.
Tell me more about Stella and Lily's relationship.
Stella wanted the lead role real bad, and when Lilly got it, Stella raised heck about it, and she was constantly tearing Lilly down about it. I mean, if I were Lilly, I would have strangled Stella by now. How that chick smiles that much and sees the good in everything and everyone, I don't know.
Where were you last night after rehearsal ended?
Mom told me to stay by her side, so I was with her the whole time. Why are you asking all these questions? What happened to Stella and Sawyer?
I think your mom should tell you. Come with me.
Hello, sir. May I ask you a few questions?
Of course. We should find out why the madame was poisoned.
Why would you say she was poisoned?
Well, that is her part in the show. I mean, she's a victim of a murder mystery. And I know that Stella is a method actor, but she's really taking her part seriously tonight.
Are you aware that 2 people have actually died tonight?
Well, Stella just has that effect on people. I mean, well, yes, of course.
Do you know anyone who would want to do Stella or Sawyer harm?
Well, her and the mister haven't been getting along recently.
We thought she was dating Phil.
Yes, in the show they're married. Don't tell anyone. But he ends up poisoning her.
Are you referring to the show?
I'm referring to Madame and Monsieur, of course.
Uh-huh. Okay. What about Sawyer?
There is no Sawyer working in this establishment.
Sir, we need you to take this seriously.
I assume Director Darling is trying to make us feel like this is an actual murder mystery. And that's why we're here, right?
Well, let's talk about the last time you threw a party in the show last night.
Why, yes.
After the madame died for the night, what did you do?
Well, I stayed and chatted with the Monsieur about the latest musical on Broadway. I mean, I think his mind was distracted by the murder he committed. I mean, but he hadn't gotten that far in the show yet. And, well, then our director gave us a call to go home, and Monsieur left and waited in the back of the theater, probably feeling guilty about murdering his wife. And I went out to the house where my things were, and I waited for Lilly, just as Avery finished cleaning up the Madame's mess of imported wine. And after some time waiting, I heard her in the wings and I went to ask her out. When she told me she had other plans, I headed out of the house and left for the night. I saw this young man, probably the new hire of my estate. Sappy, super weirdo. Anyway, he was making his way to the stage, and that's about it.
Did you notice the cleaning solution on the table?
Yes. Right next to the open bottles of the Madame's imported wine.
Were they both open?
Yes. My dear Lilly probably took a drink or two. I mean, the wine is delicious.
I think that's all the information we need.
Lilly, is it?
Yes. Oh, it's so terrible. Have you figured out what happened to Stella and Sawyer?
We have our suspicions. I was wondering if you could answer a few questions for me.
Of course.
We have heard from several of your castmates that Stella wanted your role. Is that correct?
Stella's just passionate about her theater work. I found out very quickly. She would say cool things to me all the time, but I think it's because she was stressed. I don't think she hated me as much as she came across to everyone else.
We understand she was more cruel to you than anyone else.
I suppose that could be true, yes.
What did you do after rehearsal was over last night?
I immediately went to the green room to take a few deep breaths. Stella met me there shortly afterwards, complaining about how she deserved the lead and I didn't. I've just learned to tune her out. Stella can be a bit much sometimes.
What happened after that?
Well, I heard Director Darling give the call that it was time to go, so I quickly grabbed my bags and told Stella to have a good night. As I was heading to the theater, I passed Avery in the hallway, and I found myself at the prop table. No one was there, so I took the time to take a few deep breaths. Bradford must have heard me because he came backstage to ask me out again. I told him no, like I always had told him. I assumed he left for the night. And then Sawyer, he showed up. He chatted for a bit, and Avery came back with their things. Avery and I walked out together.
Was there anything unusual about the prop table?
Sawyer's cleaning solution was there, and someone had opened Stella's bottle for tonight's rehearsal. Other than that, no.
Thank you for your time. If I could have you join everyone in the theater, I think we have solved this case. Thank you for gathering. As you all well know, your castmate and crew member were poisoned by the sparkling juice they both drank at some point tonight. With that said, we have every reason to believe someone purposely poisoned the sparkling juice sometime last night.
I know we all want to kill each other sometimes, but to actually kill someone? Well, that's a little extreme, don't you think?
We found out a bottle of cleaning solution, said to have no smell, went missing as of this morning when everyone came into rehearsal. The last person to use it was Avery.
Me? I didn't kill Stella and Sawyer, I swear.
However, there is a time window where someone else could have taken the cleaning solution left on the prop table and poured it into the sparkling juice that we used tonight.
Just get on with it. Who killed my Stella?
After interviewing everyone, we were able to pinpoint where everyone was after rehearsal ended. Bradford and Phil were talking on the stage, while Avery was cleaning up the sparkling juice on stage. Lilly and Stella were in the green room, and Director Darling and Charlie were sitting in the house. Sawyer was in the sound booth.
That sounds about right.
Director Darling made the call for everyone to leave. They then took Charlie and waited by the front doors till everyone left. Bradford went to wait in the house for Lilly. Phil walked back to the back of the theater to wait for Stella. Avery finished cleaning up the mess and left the cleaner on the prop table. At this time, Lilly left the green room, making her way to the stage, and Stella left through another way, meeting Phil at the back of the theater.
So me, Charlie, and Phil are clear?
Of course we are. Why would I want to kill my Stella?
I'm so sorry, Phil.
Bradford heard Lilly at some point backstage and went to see her, and only her, by the prop table, when the bottles were already opened, correct?
Yes.
Bradford then proceeded to ask an already frustrated Lilly on a date. Lilly declined, and then Bradford grabbed his things from the house and left for the night. It was around this time that Sawyer was making his way to the prop table backstage. There, he found Lilly even more frustrated from another one of Bradford's many advances.
Get to the point.
Avery then met them and walked out the door with Lilly, Sawyer following behind. Do I have this correct so far?
What happened?
Lilly, you had been bullied by Stella for a long time, correct?
Well, yes.
Oh, much more than anyone else.
I suppose she did harass me worse than everyone else.
Way worse.
Would you say you left most rehearsals frustrated with Stella?
Yes. Yes, I guess you could say that.
She killed my Stella?
Phil, it's Lilly.
I know Lilly was acting too nice, probably just to cover up her plotting revenge towards Stella.
No, I didn't kill Stella.
You might have just tried to make her sick.
No, I didn't do that either.
Come on, everyone. Lilly couldn't even hurt a fly.
After Avery put the cleaning solution on the table and Lilly came up afterward, there was a window of time where Lilly was alone with the bottles of sparkling juice and cleaning solution.
You murdered my Stella. You put the cleaning solution in the sparkling juice.
But I didn't put the cleaning solution in the sparkling juice. I swear I didn't do it. I had nothing to do with it.
You were the only one who had time alone with the juice and the cleaning solution. Oh my God, Lilly.
But I didn't do
You
it.
had the motivation. Stella finally got on your nerves and pushed you to cause harm. We do believe you didn't mean to kill her, just simply make her sick. But maybe you didn't realize how much cleaning solution you put in there.
But I didn't do it. The bottles I swear.
I'm sorry, miss, but you're under arrest for the murder of Stella.
Wait!
And
Lilly didn't put the cleaning solution in the sparkling juice. Lily's completely innocent.
What do you mean? All the evidence points to her.
It wasn't Lilly, okay? I know who did it.
Out with it, Bradford.
It was me.
explain.
Look, I love Lilly too much to see her falsely accused, especially for actions that are my own. Stella was so cruel to my true love, and I couldn't stand it. Watching Stella harass Lilly, rehearsal after rehearsal. I knew Lilly was too kind to say or do anything, but I couldn't watch her get hurt anymore. So I wanted to get Stella out of the show. So after Avery was done cleaning, I went back up to the stage to put a prop away, and I saw the cleaning solution. I had just enough time to open the sparkling juice and put some cleaning solution in it and run back into the house before Phil noticed I was gone. And just as I sat down, I heard Lilly in the wings. I only meant to make Stella sick. I never meant to kill her. but nobody else was supposed to drink that juice except Stella. Sawyer was just an unfortunate circumstance. I'm sorry, Phil. I'm sorry, everyone. It never meant to go this far.
Why, you son of a...
You may have done this out of love, but by accident or not, 2 people have died due to your actions. Are you willing to come quietly?
I love you, Lilly. I always have.
I'm gonna delay the show for another 2 weeks. We have to find another leading man. However, I'm making the decision now to continue with the show in memory of Stella and Sawyer. For now, we're calling it quits. Everyone go home. Welcome back.
I am back and ready to try to make Christina Morgan cry.
Ow.
It's the buzz,
I looked at the wrong line. I'm like, wait, is he supposed to keep talking? Then I looked down like, oh crap.
No problem.
That's right.
All
Take 2.
Anyone else have any comments or concerns you'd like to share? Why did I even ask?
Avery, you were muted.
You look so excited too.
I know.
Same as before. Count to 3 in your head. Go ahead and get started as soon as after 3
Is
when
it 3? You've always said 5. I'm so confused. I don't know what to do.
Have you found out who killed Emma?
Okay, we're gonna.
Can we start?
What?
Where the hell did I get Emma?
Beautiful. Way to get sassy there, Emma. That was perfect.
I know you killed them. I would be like, what is this boy saying? Why can't you just be normal? I just like sassing him for some reason.
Could do the Oompa Loompa and try to like be opposite.
Can we all acknowledge how Melissa Norton has the greatest laugh in the world?
Yes,
I do.
I know.
You should let the madame rest then. Come on, Phil. Carry her to the green.
Sorry, Stella.
We just pulled Stella into like 2 different pieces.
I said sorry.
I wanted her dead, damn it.
You died wonderfully, Melissa.
Thank you.
My internet decided it was going to go out right at that moment. Oh, Lily left.
Okay.
Lily. Not
Lily left. You scared her away, Bradford.
You know, if things don't work out with Lily, I hear the understudy can fill in for anybody.
So
We were having a good time. It's fine.
okay.